Bonjour, Assalamualaikum, and very good morning to fellow lecturers and students. Je m'appelle Adam Iskandar bin Abdullah. Today I'm going to present to you about the history of France. When we think of France, we will basically think of Paris, baguette, cheese, and also love. This is because the language of France is known as the language of love, and Paris was chosen as the most hottest destination for newlyweds honeymoon. Okay, next on the list is that France can be considered as the second largest country behind Russia and second oldest country behind Greece in Europe. Yes, this is because many famed legends and leaders were born in France. For example, Napoleon, Coco Chanel, and Eric Cantona, and many more were born in France. Okay. Next, I'm going to tell you about the meaning and representation of the France flag, which is blue, red, and white, which represent liberty, equality, and fraternity. Okay. France Independence Day fall on 14th July, which shows their independence when they emerged from war, basically. Okay. I think that's all for now. Stay safe. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Tamadun bin Abdul Wahab, and today I will talk about traditional attire Britain. Britain costume is a style of clothing worn by the people in Brittany, which is the Celtic region of France. This clothing is worn for formal events or there is festival. It is less varied, although some are decorated according to the profession or location. In the late 20th century, Britain costume is always worn during special religious events, which is pardons and cultural events involving Celtic circles. It leads Britain costume to become folk costume of the region. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Afnan bin Anur, and today I will present about the Alsatian costumes. It developed during the 18th century and is reminiscent of rural Alsace, of the region's history and religious beliefs. It also reflects the prosperity of Alsace with its rich material and bright colors. It can change from one village to another. Some areas have their own characteristic costumes which may differ greatly. The impressive black headdress of the woman's costume has now become one of the Alsace's iconic trademarks. In the past, black was the color for Protestants as the Catholics' bowl was decorated with petals. So that's all for today, and thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bonjour, mon nom Muhammad Fatir Abkari bin Muhammad Fauzi. So today I will present about language of France. In the 12th until 13th century, the French dialect became the dominant, and it gained the status of literary language. It was basically a North-Central dialect with some northern features. But French is the only official language of France. However, France has several tongues that are native to each land. The another language of France like Breton, Alsatian, French Flemish, Lorraine-Franconian, Gallo-Italic are part of the dialect in France. The French language belongs to a group of Romance languages like Spanish, Italian, and Portuguese. And also, Post-Roman was one of the many combinations descended from Latin that was spoken in the various parts. So, another part you can see in the flag of France. The France flag with the meaning liberty, equality, and fraternity. So, that's all for today about language of France. Merci à bientôt.
Hi and Assalamualaikum to Ms. L and Dr. Azula. Thank you Fatih for his part. My name is Linda Yuda Maulini and I'm gonna talk about one of the monuments that's famous in France. is Notre Dame. Okay, so for a little information, France is a traditionally Catholic country. So Notre Dame Cathedral is a Catholic church that plays in Paris. Now I'm gonna talk about how the church built. It was built on the ruins earlier churches. The overall design was initiated by Maurice de Sully and it was built in Gothic style. This building consists of choir and apse, short transept, and nave flank and square chapels. Looks amazing. This building, Notre Dame, has suffered damage through centuries. That's why it became one of the most recognized symbols of Paris and France.
That's right.
Thank you.
Bonjour. Je m'appelle Natasha Alicia. Hello everyone, my name is Natasha Alicia. So, we move to the next topic. When people talk about France or maybe Paris, they will automatically think about Eiffel Tower. Eiffel Tower is the symbolic of France. It was built on 1889 to celebrate 100 years anniversary of France. For the construction, it only took 2 years, 2 months and 5 days, and it was designed by Stephen Salvager. It had been the tallest building in the world until the year of 1930. So now, I would like to share you some fun fact about Eiffel Tower. The first one, when it was first built, many people thought that it was very ugly. The second one, the tower is repainted every 7 years and it took 18 months to finish it with the 3 shades of browns. Assalamualaikum, my name is Siti Sarah. I want to present my part is cuisine. First, fried toast. The name fried toast was introduced in 17th century in England. In France, it is called pain perdu, which means a loss of brain, because people make fried toast hard to take advantage of brain to remove by soaking in a mixture of milk and egg, then fry with butter. Fried toast is rich protein, fat, sodium, is many vitamin and mineral. Next, lemonade. Lemonade was introduced in 1976 by the soda company at Paris. The company that sell a drink on the street, lemonade, which has not changed much the last few thousand years. It's still easy make and delicious. This drink is refreshed, not alcohol, and the best serving in summer. Thank you.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Shasha Dena binti Azman and today I would like to present about French macaroni and cheese. France is a country famous for its macaroni and cheese foods. French use macaroni and cheese as an unexpected side dishes on the dinner. What makes the food more delicious is because they use bechamel sauce that make macaroni and cheese is very tasty with cheese abound. The food is the simplest dishes and to attract the attentions of many people in France. The meal only takes 40 minutes to prepare. Next, I would like to present about escargot game. France also famous for its traditional game of escargot. Escargot is the French word of snail. Material that needed to play this game is player must draw a large circle using a chalk, so that people can stand in the circle, and it needs to divide the circle into the 10 boxes and make sure all the boxes are the same size. The player has to jump with only one leg and cannot change the other legs. The game is over when players change the leg or use both of their legs.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Izzah Nabila binti Sulaiman. So in this presentation, I'm going to present about charades. Charades was invented in France in 18th century. Another simple word to describe a charades is a game in which players guess a word or phrase from written, acted, and draw a clue for each syllable for the whole item. The first game is written charades. First, the players must divide into two groups, or you can play it by individually. Second, the players need to choose one of their teammates to pick a riddle from the basket and read the verse using a rhythm. The most important thing is you cannot describe a word using your body language. The teams need to answer the riddle within the given time. The second game is acted charades. This game is well known on 21st century. Usually, we always see at the variety show. The rules is same as the first game, but different is you need to act out and not allowed to say a word. Here is the example of playing acted charades.
Olaf, you're up. Okay. So much easier now that I can read. Lightning round, boys against girls. Okay, I'm ready. Go. Unicorn, ice cream, castle. Okay, teapot, mouse. Oh, Elsa!
The third game is taking a concept of charades into Pictionary. Using a picture to guess a word would be very interesting because you need to solve the riddle depends on the player's drawing skill. The rules for the third game is just one of your partner team to draw the riddle. The chosen player need to pick a card out of a deck and draw the picture. Pictionary was divided into 5 categories. 1. A person, place or animal. 2. An action. 3. An object. 4. A challenge. 5. All play. You cannot use words or act out the riddle. The picture must not contain any numbers or letters. Here is the example of playing a Pictionary.
Window. Batman. Batman and Robin. Wonder Twins plus the monkey. Wonder Twins plus the monkey and Batman.
Gift, present! Yeah! Look, there's you and me, and it's Penny and Amy. We're playing Pictionary in the present.
That's all for me. Thank you and stay safe.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. Bonjour. My name is Muhammad Khairi and I will present about the traditional game in France that is called cup and ball. In French, they say bill bouquet. Bill is the ball and bouquet is small tree. So, this traditional game has been promoted by King Henry III in 16th century. Finally, this traditional game can be played by land the ball on the cup or land the ball into the spike. There are also similar countries that using the same concept, such as kendama from Japan. So, let's watch this video how to play the bill bouquet. Bye bye.